know today is a bit different from usual, but I really just want to talk about this year and how long it's been, really for all of us. So definitely stick around and listen. I know the setup's a bit different than usual, but I honestly just want to talk about this year and how long it's been. I know for a lot of us, and just kind of reflect on it. So you don't have to be creative, you don't have to be ambitious, you don't have to be anything like me to hang around. But if you have anything you want to talk about this year, definitely talk about it in the comments. Aside from that, I know it's been an extremely it's been an extremely long year for, I feel like, a majority of people, but especially if you're ambitious, and that's where I come in. So this has definitely been one of the longest years for me personally, but in terms of good and bad. So I know some people hear long and they think, something's bad, but it's been a really good year. It's been a really long year. I've learned so much, grown so much, as I hope a majority of people have, but honestly, common sense isn't so common. But man, it's been such a long year. Personally, this has been one of my most hectic years in terms of growth, and that's spiritually, mentally, career wise, everything, everything. So just reflecting back on that, it's been very emotional. It's been a very emotional year. It's been a very long year. And I don't say emotional, emotion doesn't have to be crying. Have I been close to crying a couple times this year? Hell yeah, because I put so much into what I do. But in terms of emotional, I mean passion, I mean ambition. This has been one of my most passionate years, one of my most ambitious years that I've ever had. One of my most productive years, one of my most ambitious years, one of my most passionate years, one of my most successful years as a person, as a man, spiritually, in my career field, business, in every aspect. And you can't really ask for more than that. And I've seen so many things change in this last year alone. Last year, I had more friends. I was liked more. I was appreciated more. I was supported more. I had more people behind me. I had more people that appreciated my work. I had more people that liked my work. A year later, I've been so locked in, tuned into myself. I've cut off hundreds of people. I've removed myself from hundreds of people's lives. Some people still stick around and linger, and that's fine because of the internet. But in person, they don't know who I am. So there's just so many things like that. And this year alone taught me the most. And a part of that growth is a part of cutting all those people off. I've done so much growth this year because I made this year about me. I made this year about my people and I. So that's why I've grown so much. I cut off a lot of people. But in return of cutting off so many people, like I posted something recently, I cut off hundreds of people to get 100 bookings. And I mean that. I've definitely had 100 bookings this year. I didn't keep count. But another thing, I'm almost about to hit 100 brands worked with freelance with 1,000 followers only. So to anyone that's watching this, like I said again, you don't have to be like me. You don't have to be ambitious. You don't have to be doing anything with yourself, but just listen to what I'm saying, because this past year of making it about me, my people and I, staying focused, staying passionate, staying driven, no matter what, because it's not easy to stay like this. It's not easy to be consistent. It's not easy to stay motivated. It's not, but if you're motivated, you're motivated. And I've been very motivated. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. And I'm going to eat by any means, whether that's by myself or whether that's with a team. Either way, either we going to eat or I'm going to eat, my people and I are going to eat. So it's an extremely long year, but I'm so grateful and appreciative of it. I see signs of growth every single day. I see signs of manifestation come to life every single day. And I think that that's what we all ask for, isn't it? So again, there's so much adjusting that you have to do. And here's another note that I want to mention too. in terms of like being a model and being a creator, it's not easy. It's not easy if you're doing it with morals, I'll say. There's a lot of people that are creators, there's a lot of people that are models that, you know, can either say it's easy or will, you know, you can tell like certain things are easy for certain people, and that's good and bad. But in terms of, you know, those people that are doing things immorally, I cannot speak for that. I prefer to do things more on what feels right morally. Sometimes you have to look at things in a business perspective, but I'm not gonna kick anyone under the bus to get a check. But if you're not, you know, if you're not prominent, you know, you're not trying to do anything, you don't have any goals, you don't have any ambitions, you're only talented, you're not conscious, just all these different things, I can't work with that anymore. And that's what I made this year about. As a model creator, or you don't even have to be a model creator, anybody that's ambitious, you want to do something, I'm telling you, control your environmental factors as much as you can. And I know not everybody has control like that. I know not everybody, you can't control everything in your environment. Trust me, I'm a product of an environment that I wouldn't want too many people to have to go through, but we go through certain things in hopes that we can educate and teach and prevent the who's next to have to go through it. So that's why I just try to get on here and just be organic, because I know that there's a lot of people that will listen to what I have to say. A majority of people don't care, but that's what comes with it. But I'm just saying, if you really want to see growth, you really want to improve, you got to take more control of your environment. And it starts mentally, because there's certain things that you cannot control in your environment, but you can control your mentality, you can control your mental. So there's certain places, certain people, certain events, certain things that I've been through in life, but more specifically this year, that have definitely altered my perception in one way or another, especially when it comes to the business I'm in and the work that I do. So at the same time, yes, I'm almost about to hit 100 brands that I've worked with, freelance and only with 1,000 followers. But as a result of that, I don't have many friends. I don't have as much support as I used to, as when I was just talking about it. Now that I'm doing things and things are happening, stuff is different. And it's crazy because I'm not even at my end result. I've just been working really hard. And so where I was going with that was like, you really want to see a change. You really want to see a change in yourself, mental, career wise. You want to see how your people really feel about you. You want to see how your peers really feel about you. You want to see how the people on the internet really feel about you. You want to see how people around you really feel about you. People that watch you, you want to see how they really feel about you. Start taking yourself serious. Lock into your passion, lock into your ambition. Because I'm not the same person I was a year ago. I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago. And that's what ambition does to somebody. That's what ambition can do to you. Ambition is going to show you who's really around and who's really going to work for it. I don't have as many friends as I used to. I don't have as much love as I used to. I don't have as many people standing behind me showing me love as I used to. But I'm more successful than I was. I've grown a lot more than I was. I'm a lot happier than I was. I'm booked and busy as ever. You know, there's rumors that go around about me, and that's what comes with it. So you just kind of have to take what you can take and just keep moving along. As long as you're growing, you're doing everything that you can do, you can't worry about anything else, man. You got to just kind of trust the process. A lot of this has just been trusting the process and believing in myself. The few people that, you know, support me and believe in me, they're dear to me. Everyone else is really just fuck them. Man, I've heard some things that I probably shouldn't have heard this year, about some people that I've worked with, about some friends, about some old friends, about, you know, from family. Just, I've heard a lot of things about me this year. Some things I needed to hear for growth, some things I probably shouldn't have known. But regardless of that, I am not the same person I was a year ago. I'm still the same person in certain things, but I'm not the same person I was a year ago. And again, that's what ambition does to you. Ambition is going to change you. And ambition is going to create that life that you want, but it's also going to take a lot from you. So, and again, I just think I'm just kind of surprised. I'm just kind of shocked that for me to be this early in a stage, people really hate. People really be hating. And it's crazy because I'm so early. This stage for me is so early. Like I'm still freelance. I'm stuck at 1,000 followers. I barely get any likes on my art. And this is the most successful I've been. Like this is the most growth I've ever had. And I'm repeating that because this year was a lot of bullshit. It really was. But as a result of that, I was able to see more of what mattered, and I was able to bring more of myself out, and I was able to expand my branding because of it. Because it's not hard being freelance. It's not hard not having a team. I mean, it's hard being freelance. It can be hard being freelance. It's not easy. It's not easy not having a team for sure. But I think as a result of everything, this year really showed me how much more I wanted than a majority of people, and how much more I believe in myself and I believe in what I'm doing than the majority of people that I know and that I see and or that I follow or that people follow me. Just generally speaking, this year showed me so much about what matters, what doesn't matter, who believes in you, and who truly doesn't give a fuck. Because a year ago, 2 years ago, before I was booked, before I was full time, when I was just talking about it, when I was struggling in school as a student and struggling to get bookings, and I'm going to class every single day, I'm taking notes and I'm applying to gigs, I'm texting my agent, like all these different things. Before, everything was consistent. And it's slow now because it's the end of the year. It's December. But before things were consistent, before I was full time, before I was working on projects every single day, people supported me so much. People, believe, let's work together, let's do this, or I see you, all this and all that. I'm so past that stage, man. Because as a result of me taking myself serious, as a result of my growth mentally, spiritually, creatively, expanding my ambition, my passion, all that stuff, man, all that shit, you know what that showed me this year? That showed me that people genuinely do not give a fuck. It can be anybody, people you've worked with, your friends, your family, all of that, man. I haven't even come up yet, and people already treat me different. That's what ambition does. That's what work ethic does. There's a reason why I'm about to hit 100 brands work with solo, freelance, with 1,000 followers. And the only reason I'm emphasizing that is because I'm just starting to truly realize that at the end of this year, even though I want to turn up, I want to work so much harder next year. And I want to try to bring it home in these next couple years, man. I really do. But the only reason I, the only reason I'm like emphasizing that so much is because I don't get my flowers. I don't get my props. And that's okay. But if that's the case, I gotta give it to myself. Because I've been working so fucking hard. And damn, like I do this shit every single day. I wake up every single day. I get on my look, you see my computer right now. It's got files right here, it's got my YouTube right here. The podcast and things I've been doing. And then I have tabs open. I'll show you right here. I got tabs open. I got 3 different browsers open with work. Like that's Backstage right there. I got 7 different platforms open right now. Google Drive. I'm doing a voiceover for somebody, making another ad for another brand. Just staying busy, getting up every single day, applying as many gigs as I can, applying as many jobs as I can, replying to emails as much as I can. I love waking up to emails. I love waking up to emails. Brands, representatives, bookings. I love that shit. I get more notifications from emails now than I do messages, than I do snaps, than I do things on Instagram. And maybe not this month because the second half's been really slow, and that's just how the industry is. But I've never been so happy about notifications. When I get a notification, when I hear that email notification, it makes me so happy because I know that it's a booking or that I just got a check or that a partnership is paying off. And I love that shit. And I hope that that doesn't go anywhere because it takes so much to build that type of network and to build that type of clientele that I feel more secure in what I do. I have more belief in what I do because even though people are not really, even though a majority of people don't support me, even though it seems like a majority of my followers don't support me, even though it seems like a majority of people that used to believe in me and support me back then don't really appreciate or show any love to me now because things are actually working, I feel good because brands see it. Brands like it. And truth be told, a majority of my followers, a majority of the people that's watching me, they're not paying me. Brands are though. So I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade any day. Now, like, I miss being able to do certain things with a whole bunch of friends here and there. You know, I miss being able to work with certain projects with a group of people. But truth be told, as a result of me having to do everything on my own now, going fully solo, cutting off so many people, cutting off different people in the industry, I've taught and trained myself on a whole nother level. I'm my own brand. I'm my own business. I know how to send emails properly. I know how to reply to, gigs, work, directors, PRs, and directors properly. I know how to take my own photography. I know how to edit my own pictures. I know how to shoot everything I need to shoot. I know how to stay organized. I know how to manage myself. I know how to manage multiple brands, multiple pages at the same time. I've taught myself so many skills that I would not have learned if the same people that were not supposed to be around were still around. The photographers that played me that are not around anymore, I can do everything that they can do now. The videographers, directors, people that were helping, edits, just different things like that. All those different roles. Now that I've cut those people off, or those people showed me that they did not need to be around me, or that they disrespected my branding, they're not around anymore. And whether that's on them or whether that's a result of me peeping that and moving on, I've taught myself. I've grown so much on my own that I've been able to teach myself the skills that I required other people to have. And that's a problem. Why is that a problem? Because that's a lot of growth. I know people in the same place they were a year or 2 years ago, and I'm not comparing, but I'm just saying, how am I doing more on my own than when I had people around me that had the same idea? That says a lot. And for me, that says a lot about my mentality. It says a lot about my growth. It says a lot about my work ethic. How many people do you know that are signed models, talent, artists, or whatever? And how many people do you know that are freelance models, talent, artists, or etc.? How many of those people do you know have worked with almost 100 brands, and on top of that have been stuck at 1,000 followers for like 2 years? And I'm not saying that in a bragging way because I just started thinking about that at the end of this year. Why I'm saying that is because I want to be an example of a product of work ethic, ambition, drive, passion. I want to be a product of that. So people, they look at numbers, but they're not seeing what I'm doing behind the scenes. They're not seeing what I'm doing every single day to keep my network and clientele active. There's a reason why brands are reaching out to work with me and why brands are booking me, regardless of if my followers are growing or whether people are supporting me. That says a lot. My branding, my image, my work ethic, my passion, all these different things have led me to this position. And it took so much time. And I'm nowhere near the end goal. I'm not where I want to be. But I can't take so much away from myself because I'm still doing it. So I had a good year, a very long year, very emotional year. But I'm ready for the next year. I'm ready because I'm about to push myself so hard. I have so much more I have to do. If I did this much this year, I can do so much more next year. I've seen what I'm capable of. I see what the brand's like. This year, I established so many networks and connections with brands and clients I can't wait. I'm trying to get right. But if you even made it this far, I really appreciate it. Because again, you know, like I say in the title, raw, organic, and expressive. But who really gives a fuck, right? That's how I see it. But I gotta hit the gym soon. I need to finish this shake and everything like that. But all in all, comment. Please leave a comment. Talk to me about your year. Please talk to me about your year. I want to know about your year. I know it's been a long year for all of us. It's been a long year for the majority of us. And like I said, it's been a long year for those of us that are ambitious, you know. So share your story, man. Share how you feel with me. I'ma read it. Come on, man. Why would I not read it? Like, I'm gonna see that notification. Like, talk to me, reply, you know, leave a comment, talk to me about your year, how you've been feeling, or how you feel about this. Just talk to me. I'm gonna see it. I only have 19 subs. I'm gonna see it. The only comment I get is from me on my other page. So I'm gonna see it. Show some love, talk to me, reach out social media, DM me if you want to. I'm gonna see it, man. I'm gonna check it. So hell, if you're somebody new or whatever, you want to work together, you want to do something, let me know too, man. I'm open. I'm just not open to bullshit. I'm not open to bullshit anymore. I'm open though. If you want to work together, like, you know, let's see, we gotta have a conversation first, because there's too many people that I've been around or that I've met or that I've worked with that really ain't shit. So if you for real about it, man, let me know. Let's do something. Let's make some money. And if not, just still talk to me. You wanna talk about something? You wanna talk about the year? Let me know, man. But again, all in all, it's December 30th that I'm recording this. Not sure when it'll get posted, but take care of yourself. Lock in, stay motivated, stay ambitious. Again, I just want to be an example that you can do so much more on your own than what people are gonna portray. So people, they're not really gonna push you, they're not really gonna support you, but you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like I said, I'm so far from my peak, but at the same time, I know it's near. And I'm a humble person. I'm grounded. In the end of this year, you know, this also humbled me too. Finally, it was these last couple weeks, I haven't really been as booked and busy. The holidays, man, it's like, I love it. I needed a break, but like, I had a break. I'm ready to get back to work. But it's been giving me a lot of things to think about mentally. Very humbling for sure. Just very spiritual. Been thinking about a lot, working on more of my side projects, but it feels good to have gotten that out. And again, you know, feel free to reach out to me, leave a comment. And aside from that, I gotta get ready for the gym. I gotta lock in, come back, finish some of this stuff too. Yeah, one of my friends was saying I should start my own agency. I really could, but I don't really know if I want to invest into something like that right now, because I got a lot more stuff I have to do. But again, if you made it this far, I appreciate you for listening. And talking about
I wouldn't commit it, but I've committed to admitting the philosophies of false prophecies and false prophets commanding us into puppets using strings that are not attached as we attach they who are detached from above. These women lose their lives and are objectified as a piece and not their mind. Their value of who they are is not existent to these guys that have no mind, no morals or guides. They're completely blind. How could you decline her light and spirit just for her feelings for one night, knowing damn well she accepts you for who you are? But those of you who beat and bash women and pledge your semen just for your own personal feelings belong to those who are inconsiderate of their emotions, their pains, their reasons for acting their ways. You disvalue their souls and their purpose so you can run around them like a circus. There's a special place for you in this world, and just like you, karma's a hoe. Why does it feel like the men of our past keep coming to the future? Everyone needs to be careful, so many people like true virtue. I told my mother next time he lay a hand on her, I'll secure his place to non-existence. You don't go around beating up on women, then abandoning your children.